Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I am looking at is the Dogfish Head Midas Touch Ancient Ale. It clocks in at 9% alcohol by volume. It is 12 IBUs. It was introduced in 1999. It says somewhere between wine and mead, our original ancient ale is made with ingredients found in 2,700-year-old drinking vessels in the tomb of King Midas. Barley, honey, white muscat grapes, and saffron. Very interesting ingredients. And it says on the side of the label, ale brewed with honey, grapes, and saffron. Dogfish Head Brewing Company is out of Milton, Delaware. I have had this beer many times before, but it has been well over a year since I've had it, so I'm pretty excited to drink it again. I remember it being very, very enjoyable the last time I had it. There's your pour, not much of a head. 9% alcohol. There's a lot of sediment floating around in here, although it's not really like thick chunks. It just kind of looks like there's dust in the beer. So an interesting appearance. It's for the most part it's clear, but you have those dust-like particles floating around. You got some nice streaming bubbles going up the glass, so it looks like it's going to have some nice carbonation with it. It is a deep golden color, and as you can see, the head has pretty much died down already. It poured with about a finger head that did not last long at all. The aroma, very beer-like, almost lager-like on the aroma. You're getting the barley. All right, now I'm getting a little bit of the sweetness, a little bit of that honey sweetness coming through. A little bit of the grapes, but it's definitely not in your face. The aroma is actually very mild. You're not getting any alcohol on the aroma. No alcohol at 9%. There's really not a ton of aroma, so you might think that the alcohol would come through a little bit, but it's not at all. It just, if you blindfolded me and gave this to me, I would tell you probably that this was a lager, just a lager beer. So not much to the aroma, but from what I remember, there's a lot of flavor going on with this. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers, guys. Pretty standard. It definitely doesn't taste like 9%. Let's see if I can find a date on here. Absolutely nothing. No date. So who knows if it's fresh. Ah, wait a second. Here we go. Bottled on 2/25/19, February 25th of this year. So not super fresh. I don't know if that makes a difference. It's only 12 IBUs at 9% alcohol. You would think this one would age relatively well. One thing about this, it definitely doesn't taste like 9%. Really not getting any alcohol at all. It's not warming going down. It's not boozy on the palate. It's pretty standard, though. I'm not really getting the grapes or the honey or the saffron. It's got some nice barley malt character. Maybe a little bit of honey sweetness. It does have some nice carbonation, and there is maybe a slight champagne character to it, but the only reason I think I'm even saying that is because I know there's grapes in this, and with that carbonation, it kind of has that a little bit. There's really not too much going on with this beer. It's not as good as I remember. I remember it having a lot more flavor, a lot more sweetness from the honey, and some nice grape flavor, and the saffron as well. I'm not getting any saffron. I have had saffron before. Fancy restaurants sometimes will have saffron, put a little saffron on top of some eggs or something like that. It's very rare though. It's a very expensive product. So not a lot of places use it. And if you buy it, you get like a little container like this for probably, I don't know, $10 or something. So it's not very cheap. So they probably didn't use a lot of saffron in here. um, it's good. I'm not going to give it an A though. It was $14.99 for the, or no, that was the other beer I got. It was $11.99 for the 4-pack, and what I'm getting off of this 4-pack, I would say it's probably not worth it. You can get a standard ale or lager that has just as much, if not more, flavor than this, because I'm not getting any of those flavors that they say are in here. You know, the grape, the honey, the white muscat grapes, and saffron. I'm not getting really any of those flavors other than a touch of honey and maybe a little bit of like a champagne type quality from the carbonation and everything, but not really a strong grape flavor at all. So anyway, I'm going to give it a B. I'm going to give it an 83 out of 100. It is good. The alcohol is masked well, and it does have some good flavor from the barley malt that they're using in here. But that's about it. It's a letdown because you're not getting those flavors that, I'm not getting those flavors that I was hoping for with this beer. I do remember it being better, so maybe the age has something to do with this particular sample. Although, I'm pretty sure with the ABV at 9% and the low IBU count, I mean, it should age well. So I don't think it would necessarily taste too much different. It's less than a year old. I mean, it was bottled in February, so I don't know. For this type of beer, I don't really think that's too bad. So 83 out of 100 for the Midas Touch from Dogfish Head. Kind of another letdown, which, big surprise. Overpriced, overhyped, average to good beers for the most part. I don't know. What are you going to do? So 83 out of 100, that'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're all having a great day. And until next time, everybody, cheers.